2 years.
I'm so excited for this box.
8 play kits, and now we are done. We are no longer taking toy subscription boxes from Lovevery. So let's get some coffee or whatever you're feeling, and let's chat. Well, hello, my lovely friend. It's your girl, Chrystal. So yeah, toys. Too many toys. So when I first found Lovevery in 2020, when my son was 1 year old, I didn't think about buying any other toys because this is the whole point of this toy subscription service, is to take the guessing game out of me trying to figure out like, okay, what toys will challenge him this way developmentally. Now, while my husband and I like made the commitment that Lovevery would be the only toys that him and I would invest in, I didn't like put a band on toys from like grandparents, aunts, uncles, and so many other loved ones. So the toys have just kind of gotten a little out of hand. And you have to think about it too. I mean, we've had 8 play kits at this point. That's a lot of toys. And we've got tractors everywhere. That is my dog, Belle.
What you doing? Making a ruckus while you're recording? Don't mind me.
So it's just been a lot of toys, guys. Like, I mean, 40 toys coming out of the Lovevery play kits. I mean, we've got trucks, we've got tractors, we've got blocks like everywhere. It's a lot. The playroom is a disaster. Now, granted, Lovevery isn't the reason that that playroom is a disaster. It's just the lack of me wanting to actually organize and get in there and do all the things, but whatever. But getting the toys from Lovevery and constantly having this influx of like new materials to play with is a lot. My son just recently turned 3, and Lovevery recently announced and launched their 3-year-old play kits. We kind of signed up for it thinking, okay, once he turns 3, we're done with this service and we don't need it anymore. I looked at some of the materials in those play kits, and I just don't think that they provide the value that my son needs right now. My son is like really into vehicles. You know, we have been...
Belle, you all right? Oh yeah, speaking of toys, like look at all that. This is from last night.
Right now, my son is like super into vehicles. He likes to learn about how they're created. There's like tons of videos on YouTube, like Dr. McWheelie and Leo the Truck, where they like put pieces of cars together. He's so interested in those things, and I think it's really cool to like help him learn about them a little bit more. No, I mean, the Lovevery toys are great. They're fine. They're perfect. You know, they've done what they've needed to do, but they're not vehicles. You know, I just want to feed into the interest that he does have right now. And, you know, I can teach him the ABCs and counting and spelling his name and where he lives and all of that stuff. That's not going to come from a play subscription. That's going to come from me, you know, either creating certain materials to help him learn those things, or taking the time to teach it to him, you know, on a consistent basis. So, you know, Lovevery just really doesn't fit that mold. I think the biggest reason why we kind of canceled it is because we just didn't budget for it. We signed up for the service thinking like, oh, it only goes until he turns 3 and then we're done. Like, cool, sweet. So when they announced last year that they had the 3-year-old play kits, I was kind of like, oh my gosh, what? That's like, I mean, it's an extra cost. It's an added cost. And I talked about it in this video right here, like that added cost. You know, I feel like I can do a lot of things and like make a lot of things and teach a lot of the concepts that are kind of in these 3-year-old play kits with just regular materials I have. Like, so let's take a look at some of the things in the 3-year-old play kits that I just didn't like. So the Observer play kit has some really cool stuff in there, but the weather board could be done with a whiteboard and some like magnetic pieces. You could either create these, you could buy them off of like Amazon, or I think even Target has some stuff in their dollar spot in the fall time. And so you can create your own like visual weather board for your child for like fraction of the cost. Like, does it need to be wooden and like, I don't know, a busy board type of thing? I don't think so. There's also this like house thing, like configuration thing that looks pretty interesting. My son probably really wouldn't have a lot of interest in that. Like, he would play with it for a little while and then just kind of move on to the next thing. And the Storyteller play kit, I pretty much have the material to make this play kit. I have tons of puzzles. You know, I've got blankets. I can build a fort. I can like give him some sock puppets. I don't need to like have like a puppet theater pop-up thing. Like, we have tents. I just showed you them. Like, I don't need it. The Connect 4 set that's in that one, the Connect Fort set, not Connect 4. There's a lot of pieces in that. And we've already got enough pieces in the playroom, just kind of like scattered everywhere. And that's the last thing I need is more pieces. The Problem Solver and the Analyst play kits have some interesting materials in them for sure. You know, I could still challenge my son with everyday materials that we currently have, from craft supplies and the toys that we've already received from Lovevery. I just don't really see the value overall in investing in these 3-year-old play kits. And I think it might be subject to who you are and your child. If they're like super into it, it's just like the last like 2 play kits that we've gotten from Lovevery, like he hasn't loved all the toys. He hasn't wanted to play with all of the toys. And so I don't want to continue to I don't want to continue to provide those materials and then like money go to waste. If also too, like I'm not in love with all of the toys and I find that they're going to be more of a hindrance or an inconvenience or add more to the chaos of the toys, I really just don't want that. You know, with all that said, you know, we've got what we wanted out of the service. You know, I was looking for something to help me educate my son and provide him with the right materials. Lovevery filled that void. And for $40 to $42 with tax a month, you know, it's an investment in your child's education. The toys are fantastic. I think we've gotten some really great, interesting materials that definitely will be into use for years to come. So yeah, if the service has been canceled, we're not getting it anymore. And, you know, do I still think that it's worth it? Absolutely. Just because I feel that the 3-year-old play kits don't really fit into our lifestyle doesn't mean that they don't fit into yours. If you're on the fence about whether or not you want to get Lovevery or a toy subscription service, start with this video right here. I go into detail on the top toy subscription boxes to help you find the right one for your little one. I love coffee chats. We got to do this more often, okay, friends? I'm sending you guys all the positive vibes this week. You've got this, and I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.
Thank you. You want cheers? Dink.